It's time now for a whole new season with Real Betis. At the end of the last episode, you will remember we were given an ultimatum by the board. 5 games, 10 points, or we're sacked. It doesn't get any bigger than this. Let's run the intro, and then let's talk about some deals. We start then, as always, talking about players that have left the club. Gaetano Castrovilli, this was a disappointing one. Tottenham came in with a bid of about £12 million. It wasn't enough, but he was absolutely desperate to go, so we had to just get as much money out of them as we could. Sold him for 30 million, so we made a bit of profit on him. Disappointing. I thought he was a good player. I think he did well last season, but we have replaced him. Next up, another player going to North London, Guido Rodriguez, who spent last season out on loan to Man City. We've picked up 23.5 million for him. An all-round good player, but just didn't really fit into the system. More of a defensive midfielder, which we don't play, so I was happy for him to go. Next up, out of the door, Victor Camarasa. Probably someone that you wouldn't have seen much last season. Someone that was sort of in and around the first team, didn't really get any games. Happy for him to go for about 2.5 million. Christian Teo, someone that you will have seen last season, who played quite a lot for us. He's gone for 3.5 million to Club Brugge. Probably could have got a little bit more money for him. We've changed the formation, which is why he's gone, which you'll see in a minute. But before that, let's talk about some ins. So first of all, Giovanni La Celso returns to the club. He was sold to Tottenham for 28 million back in 2019. Tottenham had him transfer listed. We've snapped him up on loan. I think he's a massive improvement on Castrovilli. He's just an all-round excellent centre mid. I'm happy with him. Returning for a second season with the club is Emerson, the right back, coming back in from Barcelona. Not much to talk about from him. Had a decent season, 6 assists last year. Can't really complain. Hopefully he'll get a few more. Matteo Gabbia has come in on loan from AC Milan, one of the centre-backs. At the end of the last season, we were left with one centre-back in Mark Bartra, which meant that we've had to bring in a couple. Matteo Gabbia does fit the mould. I think he's a good player. He'll probably be first choice alongside Bartra, but you'll see who else we've brought in. Eddie Nketiah has come in as a rotation option up front, in on loan from Arsenal. He's got actually really good stats, and I think he'll score goals if he's given an opportunity, so we'll see how much of a game he gets this season. And permanent signing, Kelechi Iheanacho comes in from Leicester. Only cost 9.75 million. I think that's a bit of a bargain. Very good stats. He'll complement Kyle George well. Next up, 2 left backs. So first of all, Layvin Kurzawa comes in from PSG. I think that was 2.8 million, 3.8 million it was. We had to replace the outgoing Moreno, so we're happy with him coming in. We've also signed Federico Di Marco for 2.6 million, a younger option. So both of those players are very similar, and both of them will get game time, I've no doubt about that. Hopefully one of them will be able to tie down that position as their own. In central midfield, Emiliano Martinez has come in. Only £5 million from Nacional in Uruguay. Deep line playmaker. Usually will play defensive mid, but he won't for us. So as a centre mid, I still think he's an excellent player. For only £5 million, I'm happy with him. I think he'll do really good for us. And he'll play alongside La Celso. Christian Fructal comes in, 21 years old, German goalkeeper coming in from Bayern Munich. I think he only cost us £100,000. Literally just a backup. Probably won't play this season. Happy for him to sit on the bench. Per Shares comes in from Ajax, one of the top rated centre backs at Ajax. He's cost us a little bit of money, so he's cost 10 million up front and another 5 million once he plays 50 games. Don't expect him to be first choice at any point this season, so he may only play 10, 15 games this season, but I think he can improve, and it does help with the club expecting us to sign under 23 players. And finally, a signing that we've just completed about 30 seconds ago. Dani Ceballos comes in from Real Madrid. He is injured, so we can't play in the first game. Coming in on loan. So he's had 2 back-to-back loans at Arsenal. Neither of them have gone too well. when you look at his stats, he looks a fantastic talent. I think he'll complement that central midfield really, really well. So looking at the tactics then, you can see that we've changed things quite drastically. So the back four is as it was last season, obviously with Gabia and Kazawa coming into it. But then we've gone to basically a 4-3-3. So we've gone for 3 central midfielders. Canales is going to play as a Mazzala on the right. La Celso as a deep line playmaker in the middle. And then at the minute, Carvalho on the left as a Carolero. And then we play 3 up front. So 2 deep line forwards in Iheanacho and Fekir. And then Kyle George straight through the middle. I'm not sure about the roles for these 3. I think that's going to change quite drastically throughout the season. But this is how we're starting in the first game against Villarreal. So before we get into that Villarreal game, let's talk about the fixtures. So don't forget, the first 5 games, we need 10 points. So we need 3 wins and a draw minimum out of the first 5 games. They are Villarreal at home, Sociedad away, Elche at home, Celta Vigo away, and Alaves at home. So from a schedule point of view, they're not terrible fixtures. They are fixtures that we would be expecting to win 3-4 out of. So hopefully it's something that we can do. We've been drawn against Nordzeeland. I'm going to try and say that name. Sorry about that. We're drawn against them in the Conference League qualifier. So that'll be coming up as well. So today's episode then is going to be 3 games. Basically, the plan is Villarreal, Real Sociedad, and then the second leg of the Nordjylland game. And then in the next episode will be the remaining 3 games of our challenge. So Elche, Celta Vigo, and Alaves. Hopefully that will give us a good base to build on. And if not, we can all look for a job together. So we've already ran through the team. Nothing really to update you on. One thing to mention, Naby Fekir came to us right at the end of last season and said, I want to leave. Luckily, no one's made an offer. So hopefully he's going to stay. We'll see how that goes. Let's dive into this first game of the season and hopefully put last season behind us with a good result. Wow. Half time, no highlights. Right, here we go. First highlight of the game, 64 minutes in. Kazawa, Eddie Nketiah, good ball in. Keeper does well. Long ball out, Gabia wins it. Fekir, Kyle George, back to La Celso. Nketiah, Kyle George in there. And he's onside. And Betis lead Villarreal by a goal to 0. Good to see a link up between the front 3 there. La Celso getting involved as well. Kyle George with his first goal of the season. Coquelin, Parejo, Mario Gasper down the right. Surely someone needs to be picking him up there, boys. Come on. There's the whistle. 3 points. Very, very important for us. It was an okay performance. I'm happy with that. 1-0. And let's move on. Oh, I like this. I didn't know that they did this screen. So we need 7 points from the next 4 matches. Real Sociedad, Elche, Celta Vigo, Alaves. I mean, the venues aren't right, but that's quite a nice feature. 3 points earned. So 2 more wins and a draw from the next 4, and we'll be through. Right then, it's time for our second game of the episode, this time away at Real Sociedad. We drew 0-0 in the first leg of the qualifier for the Conference League, so that's going to set up the away leg quite nicely. No changes from what started against Villarreal. We've changed the front 3. I'm going to change, I think that maybe if that's a poacher. So we're going with a pressing forward, a poacher, and a complete forward. Right, let's get into this one. As you can see, it's literally a case of just trying things out at the minute. I like the idea of these, the middle 3. I think they're doing well. I think we could be getting more out of the front 3. Let's get into this one. Sociedad away. Can we continue our run? 2 clean sheets so far from the first 2 games. Be nice if we can keep that up. Oh, we've got a highlight. That's something. Kazawa. Carvalho finds Iheanacho. Fekir. Great ball. Kyle George, finish it, lad. Oh, he's unlucky. Straight away, though, the link up there looked a little bit better. I wonder if Fekir in that central attacking midfield role will work a little bit better than the three up front. We'll have to see. Half time then 0-0. We've looked actually a lot better than we did in the first game. 9 shots, 5 on target. Not sure why Gabby was playing it long. Yanazai. Emerson gets in there. You've got 2 ahead of you. Emerson. La Celso. La Celso again. Brilliant hit. Giovanni La Celso puts Betis 1 up. Lovely finish from him. That's a huge goal for Betis. If they can hold on to a win here, 2 wins from the first 2, we would be delighted. Is Vargas. Tackled by La Celso. Munoz. Ilaria. Sociedad holding on to the ball. Kazawa wins it. Iheanacho chasing it. Marino. Gorosabel. Emerson wins it. Here he is again. Set up the goal, of course. He's going to run the length of the pitch here. Emerson with the run. Good cross in. Iheanacho. How's he missed? Oh, you can't miss them. No, they don't. They've blown the final whistle. Betis get another win. It's 6 points from 6. 2 1-0 wins. I'll take that all day long. We need 4 points from 3 matches. We've put ourselves in a great position. Really great position. Right, we'll be back in a couple of days, 4 days' time, away to Nordjylland, trying to get into the Conference League. I reckon if we didn't qualify for the Conference League, we'd get sacked as well, so it's a big one. See you in 4 days' time. No rest for the wicked then, as Betis look to qualify for the Conference League. Couple of changes. Edgar is going to come in central midfield. Edgar is a player that was out on loan last season, I believe. Yeah, he was out on loan at Oviedo. Had a very good season, so we've brought him in. He's only an average player, but I think as a backup, he'll do okay. He's going to play alongside La Celso and Canales in the middle. DiMarco comes in at left back, and Eddie Nketiah will start up front with Kyle George. Let's get into this one, and let's hope that we've got European football this season. Here's Edgar, finds Nketiah. Kyle George for Kia. Kyle George again. Edgar. What a play in the middle. Kyle George with the chance and Kyle George with the goal. And it's the first goal for Real Betis in the Europa Conference League. For Kia, free kick. Kyle George header. Goes inside. Naby Fekir. Betis are turning on the class. They're 3-0 up. Away in Denmark. Surely it's game over. The formation's starting to look a little bit better as well, I think. Fekir on the score sheet. That'll help us. Canales. Joaquin. Kyle George. Daniel Sturridge is in. Saved by the keeper. Here's Joaquin. Onto Sturridge. Edgar. La Celso. Here's Montoya on the right. That's not the ball in that he wanted. Montoya. Canales. Shouldn't really be getting tackled that easily. Kamaldeen, is he going to go all the way? Beyond 1. Beyond 2. What a run that is. Kamaldeen, Suleimana, a wonder goal. Lorentzen into the box. Finds Esland. Kamaldeen, don't score again, please. Oh no. Victor Jepsen. Nordjylland are back in it. Kyle George, is he onside? Well, he scores, and he is onside. It's game over. Real Betis go to the group stage of the Conference League. Even the name Conference League, like, who at UEFA thought, I know, we'll name this the Conference League? It doesn't make any sense. Champions League makes sense. Europa League doesn't make sense, but whatever. Conference League, it even sounds like lower league football. Do we need 3 European Anyway, let's not get into that. Betis 4-2. We're in the next stage. Kyle George gets a hat-trick. 2 goals given away, which isn't great, but job done in the end. So then, I hope that you've enjoyed the episode. Seems like in the last game we've actually learned how to score a couple of goals, so that's good. Coming up in the next episode, 3 games for you, which will be the last 3 in our challenge. If we don't get 4 points from those 3 games, we are sacked anyway. We have Elche, Celta Vigo, and Alaves. In the middle of them is the Frankfurt away games. We'll do a special episode. We'll play all 4 games. It'll be a nice long episode, and hopefully it won't be the last episode with Real Betis. Once again, if you've enjoyed today's episode, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe as well. And for now, we're still in a job. Hopefully we can still say that next week as well. See you next time.